Alright guys, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be demonstrating how to use the P2P function in Bitget. Basically, how to trade P2P on Bitget. So this is the Bitget interface. On this top menu here, you can just slide to the left, or if you go back, you can just slide in and you see this more option, and then the more option comes up. And here we're going to look for P2P because that's why we are here, of course. So I'll just scroll down and then I find the P2P around here. This is the P2P, so I'll just click on it. And once I'm on the P2P, there are two options at the top left hand corner, which says, one says, I'm just going to cancel this, one says buy and the other says sell. So you can toggle between buying or selling. If you want to buy, you make sure it's on buy. If you want to sell, you make sure it's on sell. So because we want to buy, I'm just going to click on buy. And now we are on the buy. And if you look at this place, you can actually change whether you want to buy USDT here. You can see there's USDT, USDC, BTC, ETH. These are all the things you can trade in the P2P market. So you can either choose. For us, its default is going to be set to USDT. So most times if you are coming here to buy USDT or sell USDT, you don't have to click on this anymore because it will automatically set to USDT. But if for any reason you want to buy BTC, you can just come up here and click on BTC and then you buy. But for this video, we are using USDT. So let's click on buy USDT. And the next menu by the right is limit. So it's very important for you to set this. Most people come into P2P market and don't set this. You need to set it because if you don't set it, you are just going to be thrown to different market conditions. So we are going to see that later. And then the method, I don't think this is so important because it narrows down the number of customers or sellers you are going to get. So most times I don't touch this. I just click it on all and that's fine. So for this, why I said you should set your limit is, let's look at these sellers available now. This place here shows us the sellers. There are many sellers available to sell USDT to us. So if I look at this seller, look at the amount he wants to sell USDT. He wants to sell per USDT 1,541 per USDT. And if you look at the amount of quantity, which is the next stuff down there, it says he has 201 USDT to sell. And the next thing says limit at this bottom here, limit. The bottom that says limit here. Now, it shows that he can only sell 100,000, which is the minimum amount he can sell, to 300,000, which is the maximum amount he can sell. And the next trader is going to sell the minimum amount of 100,000 to 922,000, almost a million. So in our case here, if you don't have up to 100,000 to buy USDT, you can't buy from this guy here. If I click on him now, I can't buy because the amount he can sell, let me say I want to buy 5,000 naira worth of, I'll just click on 5,000. It shows I can buy from this guy because his minimum limit is 100,000. So I'm going to click back and go back. So that's where we need to set our limit and know the amount you want to buy. I think so far for now, the minimum amount you can buy, okay, I think we are going to test this with 10,000 naira, right? Let's click on 10k, or you can input. If let's say for example you want to buy 5,000, just input because there's 5,000 here already. I might not just stress myself to put that, but let me just type that 5,000, then I click it, and then I'll see people that are willing to sell a minimum of 5,000 for me. So this guy, look at the limit, he has 5,000 to 9,000, 9,950. So very importantly, you should make sure to check the limit of what you want to buy. So I'm going to click on 5,000, right? And then I'm going to confirm that, and then I have people that are willing to sell for me at 5,000. That are willing to sell minimum amount of 5,000 USDT. But the higher you buy, the lesser the rate, but not really significant for a rate of 5,000 to 10,000. So I'm just going to click on this guy, and should we test now? This is where you need to avoid scam. Before you choose a buyer, there are a lot of buyers, but Bitget is going to rate the buyers at the top for you by priority. So if I click on this, if I look at this buyer, the total trade, let me just bring in a pen, okay? If I look at this buyer, right? For this buyer, if you look at underneath his name, they say total trade is 2,846, which means He has been on this market for a long time at least. And if you click on this other guy that says MJ, look at the bottom, it says 623, which means he has a bit number of sales, but not up to this amount, not up to this other guy, this first guy. And that tells us that this other guy should have more trust than this guy in some way. And if we proceed, we have this other guy here. This guy has 27,035 trades. And this automatically tells us that this person here has been in this market and should have more trust. So the higher the number of trades they have made, the higher the trust in my case, or in every case in this place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to see by click on this first guy because obviously he has quite some reputation. So for me to confirm more to avoid my money being taken or being stolen, if I click on his name before putting the amount, come down here, you see Jamilu, right? So I'm going to click on that name, and here we can see 30 days trading data. It says he has made 100 he has made what, 1971. Okay, add payment. Okay, so in this place we can come to navigate down, come to this, look at this navigation, this menu here, come to the feedback, and under the feedback we can be able to know who has given this guy feedback and what is the amount of feedback. Does he have more negative feedback than positive feedback? Look at, he has more positive feedback than negative feedback, so I will trust this guy some way. He only has three negative feedback, so since there are not many, let me check it. It only says slow transaction, slow transaction, slow transaction. So if I'm to trade with this guy, I should expect slow transaction, but it's going to be a very rare case because there are not much negative feedback here, just three. Maybe something happened. That is how you review the people you want to trade with. So if I go back and I want to check this other guy here that has 27, obviously we should expect a lot of reviews because he's been on the market for a long time. If I go down, click on his name here, and then I go to the feedback. As you can see, he has like 987 feedback because he has been on the market for a long time. So for his positive feedback, obviously he has so many positive feedbacks. If we want to read that, then if we go to the negative feedback, let's see what the negative feedback is. It says suspicious, scam, slow transaction, suspicious, scam. Okay, okay, there are a lot of slow transactions, suspicious. I don't know why people are saying suspicious, but I guess they encountered one or two issues with him. That's why they're saying suspicious. So I may not want to trust this guy and move on to another person. But so far, so good. I think that first guy is okay for my taste. There is not much negative feedback. And the only negative feedback, nobody is saying scam. They're only saying slow transaction. So it's better my money comes slow than it being stolen. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm going to choose this first guy. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm just testing for this video, I'm going to use 5,000 naira to buy USDT. So I'm going to impute the amount in naira, 5,000 naira, 5,000 naira, and it will load and show me the amount of USDT I'll be getting underneath it, which is this. It says I'm going to be getting 3.24 USDT from this guy if I pay 5,000 naira. So let's continue. Then you can come to the next and click on bank transfer, which is the only method of payment he is receiving. So that's fine. So the next thing is for me to click on buy USDT with zero fee. So I'm going to click on that, buy USDT with zero fee. And then what we need to do, details of our order will be shown to us, which is this. It says I'm buying 5,000 naira BTC, which is around 1,000, which is around 3.24 USDT, and so on and so forth here. So I'll just click on next. And then if you want, you can message the guy here by clicking, you can message this person here before you cancel this. You can click on message and ask, are you active? If you want, it's not really necessary. If you want, you can say, are you active? You can text or chat the person here. So I'm just gonna try that. Text him. If he's obviously he is online. So if you look it up here, it's showing that he is online. He may not respond to my message, but it shows that he is online. So to avoid is he may be having so many transactions ongoing now. So what I'll just do, look at this pay, please pay within this time frame, which is showing us here. So I'm just going to go to the pay since he's not responding yet. He may respond, but Let's make this faster. So I just go and then look at his account details to make payment into. I'm going to copy this account number here, come here, copy account number here, then go to our payment method, whichever payment method we want to use. In my case, I may be using an OPay. So I'll just go to OPay, then go to, maybe I want to transfer. Okay, I'll copy this account number. So I'm doing it in another device. So I'm just going to type out the account number here. This is the account number, and pay. Okay, then you confirm the name to be sure that you are sending it to the right person. So the name, oh, the number 8. The best practice is for you to copy this number here so you avoid making mistake. Then you take it and send it. So I'm just going to confirm it here. Confirm. So I'm going to put in the right amount, 5,000. So I'm going to pause this video to make the payment. All right, so I have just made the payment and I have taken the screenshot of the payment. So what I'll need to do is, I think I have a message here. I'll just click on that and see what the person is saying. Okay, yes, the person just responded, yes, is online, hello. So I'm just going to let the person know that paid. So you're going to click on paid. Since I've paid the money, click on paid and I've transferred 5,000. Okay, then confirm. All right, so we have paid and it's showing us that you don't need to file an appeal. You can only file an appeal if you have concerns about anything, if the person is not releasing also. So I'm just going to let the person know that I have paid, although it has been notified. But if I still want to take the extra step, I can say paid. But all this may not be needed, right? It may not be needed, but this is just to make your transaction faster. The more you respond to them, the better they respond to you. So if I want as well, I can go on to folder here and add the picture or evidence of my payment. But I didn't even have to do that. I didn't even have to do that. The person confirmed the payment and released my token, just as you can see. While I was about confirm sending screenshots, the person went ahead to pay me. So it's better to text them if possible, but if you text them they don't respond, it's not a big deal. Just go on, provided you have done your research and find that this person is trustworthy in the process. So what I'll need to do is, if you want, you can go ahead and give them positive feedback. Of course, I'm going to give this person a positive feedback because it was fast. So you see, I'm going to say fast transaction and submit, because that was my experience. And that way I'll go back to my view assets, come here, click on this to view your asset. And if you see, we were having $12 before and our balance have increased 12 plus 3, that made it 15.37 US dollar. So money has added to our account, and just that is how you actually trade the P2P option in Bitget. That's easy. So as you can see, this is the USDT here. Look at it. 3.26, 3.24 USDT that we just bought is what we have here. So that, my guy, that, my friend, is how you trade P2P in Bitget. So if you have any other question or concerns, you can let us know in the comment section and I'll be there to answer you. See you in the next video. Bye.